Let's keep looking at strumming patterns and music styles. Today we'll focus on upstrokes and offbeat rhythms, what is often referred to as syncopation. This style of strumming is very popular in Caribbean music, like reggae, rocksteady, ska, and was incredibly influential for 60s and 70s musicians. You can hear this tropical rhythm in songs like Dire Maker by Led Zeppelin, Walking on the Moon by The Police, UB40's cover of Red Red Wine by Neil Diamond, and most recently, artists like Jason Mraz and Jack Johnson. Our goal for today is to get this strumming pattern down. So let's continue with the great idea that we started in our last lesson. I'm going to review with just the quarter note and eighth note rhythms, so we can remember where our downstrokes are and where our upstrokes are. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember our windshield wiper idea. Every time we do a downstroke, as our hand comes back up, that's where our upstrokes happen. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so we've got our upstrokes, we've got our downstrokes, all fitting into that grid idea. Now we're going to take out the downstrokes and only leave the upstrokes. And they would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Notice that I still have that windshield wiper motion, only that I'm not hitting any of the downstrokes and only the upstrokes. And just like our last lesson, I've chosen 4 different strumming patterns that we'll work on. Here's the first one. Up, 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 up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Notice I still have my windshield wiper idea, but I'm skipping all the downstrokes and only hitting the strings on the upstroke. The second pattern only does every other downstroke. So the first one we ignore, and the third one we ignore, but we do the second and the fourth. Up, down, up, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This third one, we're going to start on count 2. So we're not starting on an upstroke, now we're starting again on a downstroke. Down, up, down, up. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1. This last one is probably the most simple of all. We're only doing downstrokes, but we're not doing downstrokes on beat 1 or 3. We're doing downstrokes on beat 2 and 4. Down, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's play those back to back. We're going to turn on our metronome and just go from one to the other. I'm going to play it 4 times, just like before. So you could listen to the first 2 and then play the second 2. Or listen to the entire thing, rewind, and play along with me the second time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 the song that we'll be using for this lesson is going to be Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin. The chords for this progression go like so. G, A minor, C, and G again. Make sure that as you play this one on your own, you're not playing only one G, but remember that it starts and ends with a G. Along with our 4 new strumming patterns, I'm going to play the 2 review patterns that I did at the beginning, where we were only strumming on 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then introducing our upstrokes on the ands. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now that we got a workout, me in saying all those counts and you in switching all those chords so quickly, we're going to slightly tweak our 3rd new strumming pattern, which was starting on a downstroke, the one that went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. To give it more of that island feel, we're going to start to swing that a little bit, which means we're going to take our 8th note and slightly scoot it over so that there's more space between the first beat and the and that you play. And it would sound like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 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 1. Just once, let's try playing with every strum, every subdivision, all the downstrokes and upstrokes, and seeing how that sounds when you swing it. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. So as you can see, now that it has that swing, it starts to groove and has a little bit more life than it did before. It doesn't sound as structured. If you're having trouble with the swinging, especially when you're strumming every which direction, try to slow it down or even just mute. So let's try that once without any chords. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And let's try this with our chords, but only with strumming pattern 3. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 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 1. You might have also noticed that I'm muting the strings at every count I don't play. So every time I get to beats 1 or 3, I'm muting the strings with my strumming hand. Let's practice that without any of the chords, just so that you can get that motion. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Chuck, down, up, chuck, down, up, chuck, down, up, chuck, down, up, chuck. So now rewind and revisit any of the patterns and any of the motions that you still need work with. Remember that at the same time that you're practicing a full song or any exercise, you want to go back and reinforce any of the things that we've learned and any of the things that you might not have grasped fully yet. Now just for fun, try to play along with me as I play all of Don't Worry, Be Happy. 1, 2, ready, go. Now all that we're missing to make the song complete is the whistling part. Now I'm not a great whistler, but I have written that section out. And as I play this at the end, see if you can pause, take a look at the tabs, and play it up and down the guitar a few times. This is going to continue in one of our later lessons when we start talking about the pentatonic scale. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuning break. Gotta make sure my guitar's in tune. that's out of tune.